You ever had to deal with people, probably have, who live by this motto: my will be done. Oh, forget God's will. My will be done. People who are intent on doing what they think they should do, not what God thinks. No matter what God speaks to them, they're just deaf to it. And they do what they feel like doing. And they plan and they scheme, and everything they do, ignore all the voices around them telling them the right thing, and they just do what they think is right, and they don't care. I have to deal with that sometimes, and even my own self sometimes falls prey to that. Well, it's basically what's happening with the scenario with the Snyder Cut. I want to first say, though, before I go there, that the Bible says, my son, if you will receive my words, Proverbs 2, and hide my commandments with you, so you incline your ear unto wisdom and apply your heart unto understanding. If you cry after knowledge and lift up your voice for understanding. If you seek her as silver and search for her as for hidden treasures, then you shall understand the fear of the Lord and the knowledge of God. For the Lord gives wisdom. Out of his mouth comes knowledge and understanding. He lays up sound wisdom for the righteous. He is a buckler to them that walk uprightly. The moment we start releasing ourselves from our selfish schemes and desires and feeling that we're in control of something and we must dictate, the sooner we can actually do something that's actually effective to other people. And it's the same thing with Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers is trying to ride Zack Snyder's coattails. They're trying to ride him out to promote the DCU movies that are upcoming. They're tagging on his name, but they won't release the Snyder Cut. I'll show you what I'm talking about. So, Warner Brothers has recently, according to this article, used the Snyder Cut footage in DCEU marketing, and particularly this was pointed out by a Twitter follower, Sam the Sci-Fi Stan, and Matthew. And in the UK version of Justice League, here's Matthew doing it on Twitter. In the UK version of Justice League on Twitter, I'm going on Twitter right now. This is it here. At the end of Aquaman, you're going to see the Snyder Cut version of him. Right about now. There's Aquaman there. There's a sea coming in on Aquaman. Beautiful shot. And this was from the Justice League trailer. Alright? Beautiful, isn't it? And so you can see that they're actually using footage from Zack Snyder's Justice League. Just in case you don't know, this is the Warner Brothers UK site right here. And you can see Aquaman, the final trailer at Warner Brothers UK. And if you go to the end of this trailer here, you'll see just exactly what I just showed you just a minute ago. And it just all goes to show Warner Brothers is showing there is a Snyder Cut. And they're pulling stuff from that Snyder Cut footage. Again, like I said, I'm taking a position where Warner Brothers is going to have to, they're going to have to make a statement on the Snyder Cut. And I hope they do it before Aquaman so that I can go in the cinemas and see Aquaman. They need to come out clearly and make a statement on the Snyder Cut, and that they've listened to the fans, they heard the fans, and that they're looking into finding a way to get that cut out there. That's all they have to say. They don't even have to say when, but they just have to say that. They have to make a statement on that. And that will literally bring all the fans together. And why that is so is somebody on Twitter was arguing with me that, if they would have mentioned Zack Snyder right now, that would divide fans, and fans would not be interested in watching Aquaman. That's far from the truth, because we just saw that in the Aquaman UK trailer, they literally had snippets from the Snyder Cut at the end of the trailer. Now, If that is so and it's bad, then we shouldn't have 44,000 views on that. Okay, and the case is that you have 44,000 views. You should have the, as you can see, those are the higher views there. That's the highest set of views, actually. All right. You got Fantastic Beasts, which was 88,000. And this is UK, okay? My point being, anyway, that Aquaman hasn't gotten that buzz and sting like other movies, the DCU movies. Not as much interest. And to spark up the interest, you need to put the Snyder Cut, twin the Snyder Cut to that thing, and give it an injection of life. So that's what they tried to do with the UK trailer. They didn't do it for Warner Bros. Proper. And as you can see, if you look at the Warner Bros. UK trailers for Aquaman, you got 24K here. So it's not that high. Let's see if I can find another Aquaman trailer somewhere. Here's another Aquaman trailer. This one's 54K views. Alright. That was a TV spot. 2.1 million views. This was the extended video. So that's basically it. So this one did okay. It didn't plummet or anything. It did alright. You see? The final trailer here, which is this. So I would say that they should and the world premiere and stuff was less. I think that they should twin Zack Snyder to it. They actually did it anyway. So that means that you should just announce the Snyder Cut, which has very little to do with the streaming of all these, the flow of these movies anyway. Release the Snyder Cut, or speak about it at least, so let the fans know what's going on. I'm not into any subtle anything. The Warner Bros. Needs to come out clearly and say so. And so I'm not buying, as I said before, Aquaman. I know Aquaman is not going to do as well in its opening weekend as any other DCEU movie, except for it's going to do better than Justice League for sure. But any other DCEU, it's not going to do better than the opening weekend because, as I said before, because you got this rift in the DC fan base. You got these Snyder Cut fans who are just kind of disillusioned at what happened with Justice League. And while Aquaman looks really great, and it actually looks kind of Snyderish, James Wan kind of keeping in line with the Snyder style in terms of slow-mo and that kind of stuff, that's not enough. You got to bridge that gap. Make sure the Snyder Cut, some statement on the Snyder Cut happens. And once Warner Brothers says something positive about the Snyder Cut to fans, that's all we as fans need to hear. And now light us up and we're ready to go. Because I'm interested in seeing Aquaman. Not as much as the Snyder Cut, clearly. But I'm interested in seeing Aquaman. I don't want to be, not going to see in the cinema Aquaman. I would love to go in the cinema and see Aquaman. I'm not going to go see it day one. Strangely as it sounds, I'm going to let it die off a bit and then go see it. But at the end of the day, you're going to get my money if and only if you speak, Warner Brothers, on the Snyder Cut. We have been campaigning for months and no response from you. And so just little hints about, seeing Snyder Cut footage in Aquaman doesn't mean anything, because you guys full-blown promoted Snyder stuff and then you gave us a Justice League, okay? So I don't really care if you use footage from Zack Snyder's cut of Justice League. Show us the whole entire cut. And we know there's a whole entire cut there. So don't do that to us. Let us see the whole entire cut. It doesn't have to be in the timeline of what you're doing now, because you already have a theatrical Justice League out there. At least let us see Zack Snyder's cut of the film. So that's what we're saying, and I'm not backing down. I'm not supporting any other DC movie right now until the Snyder Cut, Warner Brothers speaks on it officially, has something to say on it, and they don't have to put a time frame necessarily, but they need to show us that they're positive, they heard us, and they want to do something positive to see that cut come to fruition however it can be, whether it's complete or not, to let the fans receive it. And that's the thing that they failed to do for months. They failed to do that for months. So until they do that, I'm not watching another DCE movie, and that's that. So that's the news I wanted to share with you guys. Like I said, people have their agendas when they could just follow simple precepts. Listen to the fans. Ain't listening to no fans. So why should we listen to you and what you're trying to do? Yeah, you hyped me up for Aquaman a bit, But I'm not like desperate to see Aquaman. But I am very much interested in seeing the Snyder Cut. So you need to give the fans what they want to see. The fans want to see Man of Steel 2. You're not giving them that. Okay? The fans are speaking about what they want. You need to listen, Warner Brothers. We don't want to hear about no Joker film. Who cares about that? I don't care about none of those Joker films. I don't care about Shazam. I very remotely care about Wonder Woman. So if you really want to string some fans who can give you extra cash that you'll need, alright, extra cash for your movies, then satisfy them, man. Give them what they want to see. Or at least address the issue of what they want to see. And that's all I'm saying. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that's my bit right there. You guys have a great one.